making my sins worldwide.
Oh yeah, pray for me, Mama, pray for me. I'm in the jungle, I want to make money. Oh yeah, pray for me, Papa, pray for me. Oh Lord, guide my footsteps in this journey. Oh yeah, pray for me. Pray, 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 pray. Oh Lord, bless me as I am taking this journey. The road to success, now be something with funny. Sometimes you go J level, sometimes you go stormy. Lord, I depend on you to prepare a table before me. Baba, take me away from this wilderness. Protect me from the things them where you be say that they give man stress. This year my life was sweet, I'm tired with this bitterness. I must make this money, I beg you Baba, make you give access. Oh yeah, pray for me, Mama, pray for me. I'm in the jungle, I want to make money. Oh yeah, pray for me, Papa, pray for me. Oh Lord, guide my footsteps in this journey. Oh yeah, pray for me. Pray, 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 pray. As I am going out, Baba, please bless my hustle. Give me the courage to move on, strengthen my muscle. As you dey see me so, you don't tell where I dey struggle. My own portion of blessing, I beg make you give me a double. Baba, take me away from this wilderness. Protect me from the things them where you be say that they give man stress. This year my life goes sweet, I'm tired with this bitterness. I must make this money, I beg you Baba, make you give access. Oh yeah, pray for me, Mama, pray for me. I'm in the jungle, I want to make money. Oh yeah, pray for me, Papa, pray for me. Oh Lord, guide my footsteps in this journey. Oh yeah, pray for me. Pray, 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 pray. Oh yeah, pray for me. Pray, 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 pray. Oh Lord, bless me as I am taking this journey. The road to success, now be something with funny. Sometimes you go J level, sometimes you go storm.
It's Cammy, baby.
DJ Little
Majesty.
yeah. I try to play a song.
Real parts,
Boy, I'm sweat cover up. All you planets you don't pan up. Boy, you love sweet no scatter am. Like Maurice, make you no sell am like a cara. Cause them say no get face. Kokosa no get place. The news go waka sote, but the vendor no get face. Yes, them say no get face. Kobara, no let you kokoso. Kobara, no let you pot so. Kobara, no let you money so. Kobara, no let you love so. He like you good or bad, but a man go talk you them. He like they don't know about you, they still go chow you name. Turn over, then go cham your name, then go turn me over. Turn over, then go cham your name, then go turn me over. Turn over, then go cham your name, then go turn me over. Turn over, Then go cham cham your name, then go turn you over. Kobara, kobara, no let it cook so. Kobara, 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 no let it pot so. Kobara, 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 no let it money so. Kobara, 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 no let it love so. Kobara, oh yeah, I'm sweat kobara. All you planets you don't pan am. What you love should not scatter am. Make it not sell on the kakara. Cause then say no get face. Go say no get place. The news go waka sote, but the vendor no get face. Yes, then say no get face. Kobara, kobara, no let it cook so. Kobara, 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 no let it pot so. Kobara, 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 no let it money so. Kobara, 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 no let it love so. Kobara.
Lamza J on the mix.
If you having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but I can't rank one. Wolves for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, oh man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wolves for sure, car leasing for every credit score.
Girl, I want to be your man, your defender. Girl, I wait patiently for your answer. Girl, I want to be your man, your defender. Hey, I'll be waiting patiently for your answer. Hey, say your love just to tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me. Hey, now you love just to big fool me, big fool me, big fool me, big fool me, big fool me. Hey. All of the way the when you go low, make me lose control. Hey, in the dance, so you looking so good when you go low. Hey, so when you then you wrap up and go. Yeah, she know she beautiful, but me start to show me your name, me want to tattoo. Me palace and I be a statue. And all for your love, you're gonna run to. Cause see they take it like me like this. Girl, you are doing me like this. Girl, I want to be your man, your defender. Girl, I wait patiently for your answer. Girl, I want to be your man, your defender. Hey, I'll be waiting patiently for your answer. Hey, say you love just to tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me. Hey, now you love just to tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me, tinkle me.
All the baby where don't woke me at, where don't make me feel like say I'm not man enough, I no get nothing for offer. So all me party will look down on me, where don't make me feel like say the life no go become something, yeah. And they walked away. All the people will promise for help me, they say come office today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change. Me wanna see me life now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mama, Papa. This is Isatta Sisay-Jalloh, the Health Show. Welcome again to this wet and cold Thursday evening, the 24th of October. Today we're going to talk about breast cancer. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is going on in her head? On her head? What is the lips? You know, well, this is, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's all about pink. It's all about hope. So I've got my little pink hair. I've got my lippy, my pink lippy, and all of that, and of course my health show t-shirt. So just to kind of draw your attention to the day and the theme. This year, breast cancer awareness, the theme is hope. Hope in the sense, if you do an early detection, there is a hope that your life will be saved. A lot of people this morning on Facebook or on my broadcast list probably had a shock because of the breast image that I sent with my my introduction as to what tonight is going to be about. Apologies if I took you unawares, but that is the reality. The reality is that image, as in that picture, is actually for real. It is not just a picture. It's actually the breast of someone who is currently suffering breast cancer in our mama salon. So, and the whole reason why that person is at that level is because of they never had early detection. So they've not had the opportunity for any treatment. And so it's at a stage now, it's quite an advanced stage. That is what we call fungating. It's already started oozing out. It's a fungating breast cancer. So it's the lump has grown and grown and taken over the good tissue of the breast. And so now it's popped out of the skin and it's now weeping, and it is actually terrible. It is worse than you even see or you can ever imagine what that poor woman is going through. That poor woman is going through so much pain. That's first of all. That poor woman is going through the odor that will be going on with that fungating wound is unbearable. The isolation she would have experienced from other people would be beyond imagination. And last but not the least, the pain she might be experiencing is it's unbelievable, and it's unmanageable right now. So what I'm trying to do, the reason why I use that lady's image before I start talking about breast cancer is because that lady is really, she's struggling. She's struggling. Like I said, she's already missed her treatment opportunity. The only treatment opportunity she will have at the moment will be radiotherapy. And we don't have it. And that's not to treat or cure her cancer. That's really to try and manage some of the symptoms like the fungating bit of it and all of that. But of course, we don't have radiotherapy in Mama Salon. So that means she's not going to have that. So do ya, my brothers and sisters, them, I really put that lady in picture because I want for big una. Now we need for move that lady go to a hospice where they in a Freetown, but that hospice is not a government hospice. It's a non-governmental organization, but they take a fee for some of the treatment they do or they offer. Now this lady, a main treatment right now is going to be pain management, and we all know say pain medicine, much as it's not even the strong painkillers where this lady need might not even be readily available in Sierra Leone, but at least whatever is available make in family able pay for them for making it. So do ya me at the beguna. If anybody want contribute 5 or 10 pounds in the next few days, please at the beguna una help me. I just want send small thing. I dey work in partnership with Thinking Pink breast cancer organization. They're on Facebook. They're actually doing fundraising for all of breast cancer awareness in Sierra Leone. They're based in Sierra Leone, and they're doing that. They're doing a marathon fundraising actually this Saturday as well in Sierra Leone. This is their 6th marathon they've done, and I'm working in partnership with them for Lord will try for raise fund and try for send this woman go to this hospice so that at least it will get a reasonable, decent end of life care. So do you me at the big one? If anybody gets small tin, 5 pound, 10 pound, please just WhatsApp me or just send me a message in a messenger. And or if you get a PayPal account, just look me up on PayPal. You go see that day and you go able for get that. So this is small bigger now. Look me little cash box now. It's just really for get small thing. Nothing is small. Me na bigger the big una please. I know say a lot of una go down kind of connect to this, but please let us try and help. The only thing we'll go able to do for this lady right now is for try and alleviate in pain, for see how best we go make whatever time she's got left to be as comfortable as possible. So do ya me and the big una help me for sort out this lady, please, at the big. So going on from that, I used that day today as a shock, really, for let people then begin realize, say, you know what, this thing is for real, because it is there and it is in existence, and this is how it turns out. Where you know don't look after yourself, or you know don't detect them soon enough and everything. When I see we they talk about a lot, I don't they talk about this whole month every day. I they talk about checking your breast, how you check your breast. I put a video where they tell you about how you go check your breast and everything, feeling it with your 4 fingers, going all around it, checking you shoulder bone, checking your armpit and all of that, going in front of a mirror and all of that. So it's very important. But of course, we know so that we get the challenges that na mama salon, where even if somebody notices the lump, who they go to? Now this lady, somebody asked me a question today. Oh, what about the surgeon that spoke on your cancer conference in April this year? Well, yes, he's the only cancer surgeon, and actually I think he's here doing his PhD, so he's out of the country, so nobody else I think is available to do that surgery. I might be wrong, but it does seem as if surgery has been an option for this lady. So please at the big una help me for sort out this woman here. Just small thing no more. We don't need boku, just small. If anything we possibly able give now, 5 pound, 10 pound, you give up your lunch money for the day, or just 10 pound, I go really appreciate them. So I go to send una messengers them. Do you have the next few days make una give some money. So today we are talking about breast cancer. Breast cancer, and the theme is all about the return of little Lena, cancer and relationship. Now, for those of you who were who've been following us for the past 1 year, una go remember say last year for Breast Cancer Awareness Month again, the same time around now last year, we do a program like this about breast cancer awareness, and actually we do a role play about how this can affect a friend of yours, a family member, and how you go be of support, and some of the challenges and way people then can face where then they go to experience breast cancer. So today now we're gonna follow on. We're gonna check on Lena for see how Lena don't do in the last 1 year. Lena not die, yo. Lena be the go through treatment, because if you remember last year, Lena be the get chemotherapy. Where we get that conversation with where we be they talk about the fact say all let people they know it is struggle. It be get just this in one party where it be trust that party then I be the help and carry the picking and go school. Then they tell him party say how a man don't move come on in the room, they sleep on a parlor, and then just the things them way the man be they do, and also how you as a party or you as that person which role you go play where somebody they come talk then to you. Are you going to be playing a negative role or a positive role? So very, very important. Lord, think about those little things, because it makes a lot of difference. reading lots of blogs about breast cancer, and a lot of times some people it's the small things that stay in their mind, the relationships they build, the relationships that become more intense, the relationships that become deeper, etc., etc. So it's very important. So just for the benefit of people then we're not follow up on any of my programs, on my posts, let's talk a little bit about breast cancer. Now, breast cancer, we know it's a type of cancer that grows in the breast, of course, with bobby. You know, it's where the cells that are with bobby become uncontrolled, then continue for grow when they're not need for grow. And it's the most common cancer now the United Kingdom for women. And although now women, the more they get breast cancer, man themselves they get them too. So it's very, very important for you to remember that man themselves can get breast cancer. So don't think because it's just now we woman then we bobby they out. Una man they una bobby pretty much flat. That means say una no go get breast cancer. Una can get breast cancer. And we know generally some of the risk factors and the causes of breast cancer. So waiting again at this cancer, you know, I like for revisit this topic every time. I think if you wake me up and sleep, I start talk about cancer. I go gladly for talk about cancer. Sometimes I sleep and I dream cancer. I talk about it. I think about it. Not out of fear, but just looking at different ways how the way me they feel so comfortable for talk about them. Looking at different ways how I will encourage other people then for talk about them freely without getting too worried about it. Because I don't come across a lot of people where they say to me, why you like for talk about cancer? Now I can go draw rope come on a bush. Then I said to them, what do you mean? Oh well, this thing there where you talk about them, you know, it can't affect you. That is all a myth. That is wrong. That's misinformation. That's misassumption. So you more you talk about certain things, the thing about cancer, people that they fear them so much, but actually it's not really the disease you should be afraid of. There's so many other illnesses, life-threatening illnesses that you should be more scared of compared to cancer, to be honest with you. But the reason why a lot of people are fearful of cancer is because they don't know anything about it. They don't know how it works. They don't know what it does or how to deal with it or how to manage it or where to look for help. The same way if you then are host with you man, if you not take time understand you man, or you man you not take time understand you woman in character them, in personality, every day you're not gonna make palaver. Every day you're not gonna make palaver because you the woman, you not go even if you don't know what you man like for it, you not go able to cook what you want for it. You the man, if you don't know if you woman will like flowers once in a while or chocolate and all of that, you know they're able know how for make you woman feel good. So it's very, very important. Just like that, that's so cancer safe day. I think the more you know about it, the better informed you are, the less you'll be afraid of it. And also it's about 1 in 4 people they get diagnosed. So this thing where people can think say, oh, it's not gonna for do with me because I'm young or because I did this age, because I don't do this, I don't do that. So no, cancer is very non-selective. It catch you when you're picking, it catch you when you're a young person, it catch you when you're middle age, it catch you when you're old age, it catch you if you're black, it catch you if you're white, it catch you if you're tall, it catch you if you're short, it catch you if you're medium, it catch you if you're rich, it catch you if you're poor. So in a very non-selective, not a pick. They catch anybody. So it not mean say, oh, because you come on at the affluent part of London or because you come on at the affluent part of Freetown or Sierra Leone, that means you know they get cancer. Oh, because they eat this kind of food. No, it's a very non-selective disease that comes from the cells the whole body they make and regenerate for develop all the different parts of the body. So when they go wrong, that is what usually happens. So obviously this cell them I can always tell people then they're supposed for the work like a traffic light system. But when that traffic light system goes wrong, they end up multiplying more than they're supposed for multiply. So rather than just imagine if somebody they born all tell with the person they born triplet, then they in a 2-bedroom house. They're not going to fit there. Then go manage one year, 2 year, making 3 years where they don't get 9 picking them from the 3rd bath. They're not going to fit inside that 2-bedroom house there. So that's exactly what happens with cancer. The cells they're supposed to be regulated and they at a certain number at any given time. But when that they lose gather, like with people then can say when they don't lose then gather then left for control, then they develop no more, develop and regenerate. So neither they cause the cancer cell. So, and also waiting now with Bobby. Everybody, people they wonder, say, waiting at this with Bobby. Well, Bobby, it's made up of fat, you know. It's called connective tissue and glandular tissue, and they basically get some tubes and we put them together, and then the lobes. Also, you get the milk gland. Also, Bobby water they come out where you need for breastfeed. And then they come then connect to the nipple and for able produce that milk the way you get. Of course, man them, the reason why we get with woman there, you go get woman we get big bobby, small bobby, medium bobby. But with man them is basically most times is flat. It's just because they've got less tissue in that area there. So that is why they have less of a breast. So waiting they cause cancer. Well, nobody not really know waiting they cause cancer, because there's still a lot of research being done, especially in the Western world. Yeah, my brother them, DJ Ish and Little, a couple of months ago or last month, they do a fun run when they raise money for breast cancer. So those little monies, as much as it was something under £500, believe you me, if 100 people in London do fundraising and raise under £500, you know how much money that they and go give to breast cancer organization. Those are the money they use to do research. So me people them, especially when they at this diaspora, if I know they give back to them charity there, because where you sick, you want let them help you. Where you sick, you want to make them give you the best treatment ever. You want to let them find a solution to your problem. But you get from members say this solution to a problem, and not they just come on up the sky and come on candle. Now because people that don't make sacrifices. Now because people that don't give them time. Now because people that they give their knowledge, their energy for make some of them things their work. So please be mindful of that. Make we remember that. And also the other thing why I want to tell me black brothers and sisters, especially me black sisters them, there's a lot of research that says we the black woman them, now we last they go to hospital for let them go test we for certain things. Now we last they go seek advice. Now we last they go seek resources or find out waiting they go on. Now we last go challenge the doctor, say doctor waiting they go on, this don't happen. Doctor say no, you know, okay, go back, you okay, go. Now we last go back and say no doctor, you say last week I okay but I'm not okay. So and now we back, then they find out say more black and ethnic minority group they die of breast cancer compared to the non-black and ethnic minority group. So please me at the beg una really try for listen. Again, I can always tell una, me, I'm a specialist in this area. I did a lot of work on cancer. I continue to do a lot of work on cancer. I studied cancer. You know, I've got qualifications in cancer. So I think I'm best placed for tell una the basics, and also for kind of tease una mind and make una begin think about the right things, and also for seek help, and also for able for recognize some of the problems them wanna go experience. So like I said, nobody know the causes of breast cancer. However, there are risk factors that people have to pay attention to where they make you more prone for get breast cancer. And one of them for women them is age. The older you get, the more at risk you are of getting breast cancer. That's just the reality, and that's just how the hormones work. And also if you had breast cancer or other breast conditions before, it puts you at further risk. There are hormonal factors. Now, we all know say we get hormones them, we make we man and woman, and then hormones and then they also, depending on the level and amount we get in our body, now differentiate we woman from man. Now, the two main hormones them, now estrogen and progesterone. Now, estrogen is the female hormone, but the man they also get them. Progesterone is the male dominant hormone, but we the woman then we self get them. So it's all about that balance. Now, make sometimes if a woman gets more progesterone, you can now that woman the way they talk, you feel say a man. Where you talk to them on phone, you then get man voice. Then also vice versa. Some woman the way they talk like some man the way they talk like woman, because then probably get traits of the estrogen that is more than is supposed to be in their body. So those are the hormonal factors that can cause that. They can have a risk on for you for develop breast cancer, and then of course family history. Now there is some type of cancer, breast cancers, 5 to 10% that actually are inherited, that are thought to be inherited from one person to another, especially from mama to pikin, pikin to grandpikin, and generation unborn. So that family history, they're very important. I make where you go to your doctor ask you, wait you go realize that this country then go always ask you who your mama they alive or your papa they alive, waiting and die of, which sick then they don't get, because it's all about tracing your history and for see if anything there, because like breast cancer way now gets a family history tendency, where you see them find out say this person die because it gets in family, then they begin test all the other people them for make sure say they do early detection and put things in place. If we already follow the media and some of these superstars, for example, like Angelina Jolie, if find out say mama be get breast cancer, and then the breast cancer we get now the one we get the gene where you they pass from one generation to another. So one of the precautions we take, it go do mastectomy, it go cut all two in bobby, and we cut that bobby there. It means she's less likely going to have breast cancer, where she won't have it because they don't get bobby again. So that is one of the things. And then recently, I think it was Beyonce and Papa declare say he get breast cancer. So again, for man them, it does happen, and man themselves can get them. So that's your family history. About 5 or 10% of people where they get breast cancer is through the BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene. Then call them. There's a special type of gene where they inherit from your parents them, just like some other type of sickness is them. And then last but not the least, we get lifestyle factors. Now again, these are risk factors. They say everything you do it in moderation. If you do things excessively, you always have a price to pay. So it's very important to think about that. For example, your lifestyle factors, the way for they think about alcohol. If you're not possible to drink alcohol, be careful, drink it in moderation, because it can lead to you developing breast cancer. Also, things like smoking, things like being overweight, things like menopause, things like not sleeping well, being very stressed, and all of that then can lead to breast cancer. I'm not saying that they cause breast cancer, I said they can lead to breast cancer. It increases your risk of breast cancer. So for man them go the one that say, well, we'll not get better, but be so waiting at the thing. Again, for una man them, it's pretty much the same. Lifestyle factors is very, very important for you to think about. And also, like I said, the older you get, the more at risk you are of breast cancer. And especially men 60 and above. And again, if you have a family history of breast cancer, and also there's this syndrome where they call Klinefelter syndrome. I'm not going to go into it. Is when you're born with one or more X chromosome. When I can see most times for describe we man and woman, and can say X and Y. So XX now for woman, X and Y now for boy picking. So if you man, you go get XXY, that means you've got more feminine touch than the man when are just XY. So those are the kind of things that increases your risk as a man for breast cancer. So let's think about these things. Let's see what we can do to change some of these issues and how we can contain them. So the other thing what we need for talk about is some of these symptoms. What do they look out for ensure say if you get breast cancer, you pick them out very quickly and then get it sorted out, get it checked and get it treated if not breast cancer. First and foremost, the thing about the breast, when you feel certain time of the month, your premenstrual, your postmenstrual, it feel tender. It might feel a bit lumpy. So you get for know you breast. This you bobby, you get for the check and let you know how the characteristics of you bobby. What it feel like, how it turn before you see you period, how it turn and feel after you see period. Always spend time where you dey dress, naked yourself, tima before mirror, check yourself. Get for know you body, not just your breast in just this is general. Get for know you body. It's very important for get for know you body. So if you see spot outside spot not supposed for day, kind of keep an eye on it. Sometimes it's just maybe heat or anything, but you never know. It's about keeping an eye on it. So the lump, as I say, I don't send a lot of videos. I don't send a lot of images out there on Facebook and on my broadcast list about how to check your breast. Always use your 4 fingers, your 4 fingertips, and the reason why is because they're the most sensitive. Then if you notice, if you take hot things, if you use this bit, it makes a difference. So always remember, and where you check, you haste one hand up. If not this you check yourself, you go all over, you check from up, you check all this, you check sire, because lump then kindenaya, you check all, you go round, you come, you do and clockwise, you go, you do what you do and everything, and go round, you check your nipple, you check under your armpit, you check on top, you neck them, you glance them, all of that. You check, you feel. Sometimes you can even realize where you get cold, you feel then glance there. So it's very important for keep checking those things. And then of course you get here one for though. You see disrespect. Hey, here one disrespect me people there. And then so you look for that. So you look for a lump, you look for a change in the size or shape of your bobby. So if you're the person where your bobby oval, then one day meet it just long, have a look, check. You also they look if the skin look different or if they kind of go a bit deep. You also they look your nipple. If you nipple, all of a sudden, if you're not somebody where we get pointed nipple, then all of a sudden they don't begin become inverted. Now for check down there. You they look for rash as well. Sometimes it will look like na eczema, but it is not. So look around, especially around the nipple area. Then look for discharge from the nipple as well, where you're not supposed for the breastfeed and you not get belly, you not don't born picking, then all of a sudden bobby and then again they for una them man them. Una they suck them bobby there. So if you go taste fluid where you're not supposed for taste, tell you have say I notice something today why I suck that bobby there. Let now for go check them or you know why they play with that bobby there. I feel some lump because believe you me, people find it interesting or funny, but in my career, a lot of the breast cancer that they are being diagnosed, now the man then first they notice a difference. So men, you have a role to play here. I'm not saying now let you go over press the bobby and go quiz away and talk. You say now Isatta be say no. And nobody not use me as a ticket. Excuse for go begin quiz. I don't have tomorrow morning or next week. Let's a woman and begin me say Isatta, you do bad Now you make now this man here, you want for the quiz the thing. More every day now I talk, he say, I sit and say for check the breast. Check the breast, but not say like you do and every day, you know. Check around for swelling around your armpit and everything. And so these symptoms are very common and are the same for both man and woman. And so we therefore be careful with that. So before I move on, how if you don't discover this lump or any indifferences with your breast, before I move on to the next step, let's just go and watch some of the comments them and see what I go see out of it. Hello, Mami Rugi. Oh, hello, quite a lot of people. Hello, Sarah. You know, I've got a breast specialist nurse watching, you know, so I have to be careful and make sure I don't trip. Hello, Mami Tala. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Alisa. I know you're on night shift and you're just sneaking in the cupboard and watching. I love that. I love that. Good evening, Usman. And Alisa said, as this is one of our biggest killer, I'm glad to join. Well done, sis Isatta. Thank you so much. Ajo says, great topic tonight. Yes, indeed. I think we can't get enough of the breast. People who think we shouldn't talk about it, it is. It is one of our sexual symbols, but also it is something, it's some part of our body. If we don't keep an eye on it, can actually lead to an early death. And I keep saying, for us black women, this Saturday, I think I announced it to a lot of people. I advertised this Saturday, they're having the first Black Women and Breast Cancer Conference in London, and that's at King's College University. Now you have to have registered through Eventbrite, so I don't know if there's still space available. It's 9 o'clock, but that's where I'm going to be. So I'm going to send my apologies to Slack first, because I will not be able to make it because I have to go there. If I want to sit on the talk and open my mouth boku to I finally go get more information about, because with breast cancer there's new developments coming every day. For everything you mentioned that leads to breast cancer, I totally agree. But menopause, I don't think it should. I don't think it should be. It should be under lifestyle. Please enlighten me. I might be wrong or heard you wrong. Of course, you heard me wrong, Alisa. When I said the causes, I said some of the things that changes the breast. Menopause, the breast changes during menopause, so you have to be careful. You cannot put menopause under lifestyle factors. Lifestyle factors is things you choose to do. Menopause is something that is the natural process of the body, so it's not something you choose to do. It's just part of the body, and it happens, and it causes hormonal changes in your body, and sometimes hormonal changes in your body can lead to breast cancer, and that's what I'm talking about. I hope I've been able to make that clear. And hello, Kosna, everyone. Well, thank you, Ambassador Collins, Ajib Pierce. Thank you. I feel so good. A lot of you are watching this. Great topic tonight, Ajua. Thank you. Thanks very much from my own big sister, Auntie Harriet, for all your support. To two of my friends who pulled through breast cancer last year about this same time. Thanks, me dear, for all your advice to them. They are back at work. Yay! You see, this is what we're talking about. Success stories. And yes, Auntie Harriet called me after I did this program. She was like, I've got these two friends, and asked for advice. And I gave her the advice, and she followed it through. And the people, they followed it through. And we thank God they're still here with us. So these are some of the things we're talking about. Early detection saves life. When you detect it early, you go and seek help, you have more chances of survival, So in this country, you get diagnosed. How do you get diagnosed? The first thing first, you notice these changes in your breast. You notice a lump. You notice a change in size or shape. You notice inverted nipple. You notice rash around the nipple. You notice fluid coming from the nipple. Go to your GP, because sometimes Some lumps might be cysts. They might not be cancerous. But how would you know the difference? You are not a doctor. You don't have a microscope. So go and seek help. Go to your doctor. Let him go and do more examining. He will do examining and then will send you through the breast screening program. They'll send you through the breast screening program, which involves mammogram, which is like the x-ray of the breast, and also the breast ultrasound, which is similar to what they do when you're pregnant, when they're looking at your baby in your tummy and checking for the heartbeat. They will do the same for the breast, just to check the breast tissue and what is going on. And then also ultrasounds of your lymph nodes that you find in these places and underneath your armpit that I said you should check for. When they find them, they do a biopsy. A biopsy is basically they put a needle direct to this lump, pick some of it out, take it to the laboratory. Within 7 to 10 days, they'll be able to give you a result in terms of whether you've got breast cancer or not, and what type of breast cancer, and how they're going to deal with it. And then on top of that, they will do things like blood tests. They will do a general chest x-ray. They might do an MRI scan, and then also a CT scan. So lots of different tests that they might do just to make sure they can either eliminate breast cancer as an issue for you, or it is breast cancer. Where do you go from there? So in terms of, a lot of people sometimes say, oh, wait to make this person get this breast cancer in well, or in better, or in a not cutting bobby, then me now they go tell me for cut me bobby. Well, it's because there are different types of breast cancer. Like everything else in life, everybody get immune. Now, so breast cancer tan. There are different types of breast cancer. The basic ones, like you get the ductal carcinoma in situ, where basically the ducts where they go towards your nipple, the breast cancer, they come off first. And so that again is usually diagnosed when they do breast screening. And we all know, say, by the age of 50, you go get a letter from your GP for send you for routine breast screening. Some areas they've started doing a pilot where they would start writing letters when they're 47. Sometimes if you're 50 and you don't get the letter, don't panic. Go to your GP and ask, because sometimes the way they send the letters, it might have been that they might have just sent the letter for your area just a day or two before you turn 50. So then your area, they not go can't again till another 6 months. So always go to your GP and say, oh, I've not got the letter. I usually hear by the age of 50, I should have been invited for a routine screening, which is a mammogram, but I haven't. They will sort it out. And then you've got the lobular carcinoma of the breast, which is basically it is a lobular carcinoma in situ, and it is not breast cancer, although the name can be misleading. So the reason why I make tell then different names there, because sometimes when you have your clinic letter or you get the results from the hospital, people panic. They panic and they're worried and they start thinking more than they should. So it's very important for know some of them terminology there. And if you don't know them, go and ask for help. Go and read about them. Go and speak to someone who knows more about them. So people who have that lobular carcinoma, like I said, it's not breast cancer, but they would keep an eye on it and make sure it is okay, because it just shows that there is changes in this lining of the lobes. So it's very important. Now, the one that is a bit worrying is the invasive breast cancer, which means the cancer cells themselves have spread from the lining of the ducts or the lobes into the surrounding breast tissue. That is what they are. They're called invasive breast cancer. It means they're a little bit more difficult to treat, but they can be treated. And they mostly start in the ducts of the breast. And then you get the invasive lobular one, where also starts, it's 1 in 10 invasive breast cancers that start in the lobes. And this type of cancer is usually very difficult to diagnose, and sometimes these are the type of breast cancer, by the time you diagnose them and everything, the person is kind of far gone. But the doctors will always test, and then they'll decide the best treatment for you depending on the type of cancer you've got, and also if your cancer is hormone sensitive, for example, like estrogen, if it's hormone positive, or it is it's got a protein which they call HER2 protein if it's positive, and then they'll look at it. The cancer where a bit tricky is the one that doesn't have any receptors that it's positive to, and that is your triple negative breast cancer. So it's very important for you to know that. And then of course there's quite a lot of common types of breast cancers that happens very rarely, not as common as these ones. So it's very important to know that. But the bottom line and the message here really is not to really go into the medical or the histology or the biology of the cancer itself. It's about being able to identify changes in your breast and going to seek help. But also it's about knowing that, you know what, I have this situation, but I'm not going to panic, and I'm just going to go and seek help, because there is help. Help is available, and once you've got an early diagnosis, which is your early detection, they can start treating you and everything. They will stage your cancer depending on how it's gone and grade it. They'll call it grade 1, they'll call it grade 2. Grade 1 is basically low grade. It means the cancer cells, you know, they're there, they're similar to the normal cells, and they haven't grown much. And then you get the grade 2, wherein they're looking more abnormal and they're growing slightly a bit faster. And then you get the grade 3, which is high grade, and that's basically, they're totally different now from the normal cells of the cancer, and they are now growing very quickly and quickly. And then you've got the hormonal bits of it. And so we come on to treatment. What are the treatments that are available? Now, again, depending on the grade of your cancer and the type of cancer, that's how they will determine which order of treatment. Now, we've got 4 types of treatment. We've got radiotherapy, which is radiation. We've got hormonal therapy, which is for cancers that are hormonal positive, like your estrogen positive. We've got chemotherapy, which is an intravenous drugs, or a cocktail of different drugs that you're giving via your vein, a drip. And then you've got targeted therapy, which is something like Herceptin, and that is really to see if they could stop the cancer cell before it multiplies more. So it's very, very important, and depending on the type of breast cancer and the grade, that is how some people, when they get breast cancer, the first thing they'll do after they've done their biopsy, they'll give them chemotherapy first. When they give them chemotherapy and they're happy that they've shrunk it as much as possible, then they will offer them surgery. Or if not, sometimes they'll give them chemotherapy and then radiotherapy and then surgery. Or some people, they'll give them surgery first and then chemotherapy or radiotherapy, or both. So, and then some people will carry on with things like Herceptin and other hormonal therapies such as tamoxifen and all of that. So, but it's very, very important for you to know which type of cancer you've got, what grade, and that is how they'll decide your treatment. Now, after the treatment is very challenging, irrespective of any of those that you take. There will be lifestyle changes. There will be a lot of changes that you need to adapt to. Some of them come with a lot of side effects, and some of them don't. Less so for the men. But the key things, for example, side effects, whilst on treatment, some people would lose their hair, nausea and vomiting, and weight loss, loss of appetite, lymphedema, where your arm swells up and it doesn't go down, and then infertility as well, which is caused by some of the treatment. That is why for most people who are at childbearing age and they want to bear children, sometimes they will kind of harvest their eggs and freeze it before treatment, and so on and so forth. So it's really about thinking about it and making sure you're aware and doing what you have to do when you notice a lump or any other changes in your breast, especially for we within this diaspora. For we brothers and sisters that within a mama salon, it's a bit challenging, it's a bit difficult, but I will still say to now there's a lot of opportunities and there's a lot of services available that will still help. You've got the World Women's Clinic, Charing Cross, where you can go for screening. It is not free, but at least they help you. You've got Thinking Pink. They also are being very active, proactive, raising awareness and supporting people. They're not just talking about breast cancer, although that's their key agenda, but actually they're supporting people with different types of cancer as well. Recently, we kind of partnered in different skills and knowledge to support a young man who had a kind of special type of cancer called osteosarcoma. That man was able to be funded to go and have surgery and currently having treatment in, I believe, Pakistan. Now we've got this lady that I showed you her picture today. This lady is for real in a Connaught Hospital at the Beguna. Oh, DJ Ish, Betsy Mana, Binta, Fatima Taylor, Alisa, Fatu Rose, Kosna, Fatima Taylor, Farella, Kathleen, Kadi, all of you people who are watching, Isa Josephine Jones, all of you, Harriet, all of you that are watching, please, if not £5 are able, give me do ya, make her help, we help towards this lady in painkillers, because that is all she needs. Unfortunately, she's far gone. She's really, really far gone. I've already put aside £100, but I just want to see if I can raise a bit more, because that £100 is just what, over 1 million, and see if we can raise a bit more. We'll go send, so at least if they move and go to the hospice, when at Shepherd's Hospice, they'll be able to pay for some of in medications and treatments just for palliative and make it able die a peaceful death, because she will eventually die. The reality is, it's how she goes through life till she comes to her death. So it's very, very important. So Fatima Taylor said, I'm working with some Afro-Caribbean women who refuse to check their breasts. They are convinced that prayers alone can heal every disease. It is not their portion issue. My dear sister Fatima, there's a lot of that, and I think people need to remember that this same God that that created disease is the same God that created mankind, is the same God that created knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and is the same God that gave knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to a lot of these doctors, these researchers, all of us who are involved in this. So it's very, very important. Betsy says, this is so educational. So many of our people are dying. Knowledge is power. Thank you, sis. Thank you too for watching. Networking again is very good. People should try to speak out. Well, I always say, if you're suffering, don't suffer in silence. Don't worry about whether someone is going to talk about you or not. So anyway, my brothers and sisters, thank you so much. Now we are going to take a break. But before we take a break, just 2 minutes break. So don't go away, or quickly go and make yourself a hot drink and come and sit back. We are going to revisit Little Lena. Now, a lot of you who followed me last year when I did breast cancer awareness, I had a very special guest who was called Little Lena. Now, Little Lena had just been diagnosed of breast cancer. Little Lena was going through chemotherapy. She was being sick. Little Lena had 2 children and a husband called Moses, and had a lovely friend who used to come and knock at her door and check on her and take those kids to school And then we spoke about issues about relationship breakdown and how best you can support in very similar situations. So today I'm going to go visit little Lena again. Now it's been a year on. Little Lena had chemotherapy, and now I'm going to visit little Lena to find out what has been going on in the last year, what happened when she completed chemotherapy, and where is she at, and how is her relationship now? Because remember, her husband Moses decided to start sleeping in the living room. And it's for us as human beings to not to assume, but to think. Was Moses sleeping in the living room because he had enough of Lena? Lena now has breast cancer. He doesn't want anything to do with her. Or was Moses sleeping in the living room because he wanted Lena to have a better night's sleep and not to be disturbed or anything? So keep that thought in mind. We're going away for just 2 minutes and I'll be back with little Lena. So watch this space and wait for little Lena to come, and let's do this. And then if any of this that I'm saying hits home directly, please find someone to talk to or message me. If you don't have my number, I would endeavor to respond and support you and signpost you in the right place. Like Auntie Harriet rightly said, after little Lena last year, she called, she sought advice for 2 of her friends, and today they are alive, safe and sound, and happy ever after. So watch this space. We're coming soon. Thank you.
Innocent, money making machine worldwide.
Oh yeah, pray for me, Mama, pray for me. I'm in the jungle, I want to make money. Oh yeah, pray for me, Papa, pray for me. Oluwa, guide my footsteps in this journey. Oh yeah, pray for me. Pray, 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 pray. Oluwa, bless me as I am taking this journey. The road to success now be something with funny. Sometimes you go day level, sometimes you go stormy. Lord, I depend on you to prepare a table before me. Baba, take me away from this wilderness. Protect me from the things them where you be say them they give man stress. This year my life no sweet, I'm tired with this bitterness. I must make this money, I beg you Baba, make you give access. Oh yeah, pray for me, Mama, pray for me. I'm in the jungle, I want to make money. Oh yeah, pray for me, Papa, pray for me. Oluwa, guide my footsteps in this journey. Oh yeah, pray for me. Pray, 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 as I am going out, Baba, please bless my hustle. Give me the courage to move on, strengthen my muscle. As you they see me so, it don't tell me how to struggle. My own portion of blessing, I beg make you give me a double. Baba, take me away from this wilderness. Protect me from the things them where you be say that they give man stress. This year my life goes sweet. I'm tired with this bitterness. I must make this money. I beg you, Baba, make you give access. Oh yeah, pray for me. Mama, pray for me. I'm in the jungle. I want to make money. Oh yeah, pray for me. Papa, pray for me. Oluwa, guide my